Okay, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make the overlays for underlying shapes and things like that. So first things first, we've got our image and we've already got this all toned up and looking good. So then what we're going to do is come down here and we are just going to simply add a new blank layer. From here, I'm going to go and I'm going to grab my brush tool. All right, so once we select the brush, you need to select an appropriate brush to use. You can see that I've got a handful of different little heart-shaped ones here that I've downloaded from an online source. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to just grab and figure out where I want to place it. So now, all I'm going to do is just go around, and I'm just going to be placing all of these little hearts out and around these two. All right, some of them on them, why not? But as long as it's on my layer. What I'm going to do next is I'm simply going to come over and grab my magic wand tool. Now, whenever you're using the magic wand tool, we need to go through and turn off this little contiguous option. Okay, because if I go through and I select just one, you can see that it does indeed only select one of these little hearts. All right, if I turn off contiguous and I select them, it selects all of it. All right. Now this next part is very, very important. All right. We've got our selection made. We want to make sure that we select the correct photo that we want to use, or the correct layer. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to select my edited photo that I want to make a copy of. All right. From here, I'm going to go up here to layer, and I'm going to do a new layer via copy. Okay, so this is Control J. I'm going to go ahead and hit this. It doesn't look like anything happened, right? But we're going to go and we're going to turn layer 1. Okay, this is the painted layer. We're going to turn that off. And now layer 2, right? If we grab this and move it, all right, you can see that all of those hearts have now been copied on. All right, so I'm just going to Control Z to go back to this. So in layer 2, we're just going to simply right-click and go up to our blending options. From here, we need to drop in any kind of effects that are going to give us that underlying shape. So I can drop in a little drop shadow. And, you can see that's not really going the direction I want, with the rest of the shadows. I mean, it's going to look a little goofy either way. But we can drop this on here. We can set this to maybe multiply. It'll give us a little bit different of an effect. You can play around with your spread, your distance, all of these. But then I'm also going to apply a bevel and emboss. And you can see that it brings those out now. All right, and from here, you can, again, play around with some of these. If you wanted to use the chisel soft, I feel like would make a decent look for these. But whenever you get your setup on here, I'm going to change this to black just for good measure. That's about it. That's the short and sweet of doing these. There's no limit to what you can do or how you would like this to look. So by all means, use this, give it a shot. Let's see what you can come up with.